I also read that you shaved your head and you actually put on wigs throughout the movie, right?
I shaved my head on the first day of the movie for the scene where I go into prison, and then I wore wigs, but they were quite thin, so you could see my scalp a lot through them.
And we talked about the fact that it took 10 years for you to make the film. How would this film would have been different if you had gotten the go-ahead to have been done 10 years earlier?
Well, it could have easily not gone so well, because during the 10 years, I really had a chance to think what it was I wanted to say and how I wanted to say it. I think if the film had come up with me as the director straight away, I would not really have had such a clear idea of the direction I wanted to take in it. During the 10 years of trying to make it, I learned a lot about just how I wanted to present it.
And, you know, I asked you in the earlier session that your approach is of Oscar as kind of like a Christ figure. The movie unfolds like a passion of the Christ, the passion of Oscar Wilde. Can you tell us about that approach?
Well, I think, first of all, Oscar was fascinated by Catholicism, and I, like you, am a fallen Catholic. And recovering Catholic. And so the whole Catholic notion of him being a Christ figure himself, crucifying himself for immortality or for saving his people, because the thing that Wilde did, he really created the gay liberation movement. Before Wilde, this is very difficult for us to kind of comprehend. There wasn't such a word even as homosexuality. No woman would have had the first clue that men might have had sex with each other. They hardly had a clue that men had sex with them. But they certainly had no clue that they had sex with each other. So once Oscar Wilde was out on the street, actually he was really the first out gay man in modern history. And once people knew and could see him, he was very famous after all. So people who didn't even know him recognized him. They recognized the first homosexual. And as they say in Latin, numen est nomen, to name is to know. Once the subject was known, then the liberation movement, or the movement towards equality started. So for me, he's a very important character like that, and he is a Christ figure.